Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Ruth. Thank you very much for joining me for my June haul. I've been collecting bits and pieces from the shops and online over the past month or so, and I thought it was about time that I shared them with you. I've been to TK Maxx, stroke HomeSense, I've been to the Range, I've been to Home Bargains, I've been to Tesco, I've bought from Primark and from World of Books, and I've been thrifting as well. So I've been to charity shops. Let's get on with it. As I'm wearing it, this is a dress that I have bought from F&F at Tesco. I went into Tesco's because I was looking for, they've been advertising at me, and clearly their advertising is working. So you may have seen them. There's a particular couple of coords that I really like. A blue one, like a royal blue top skirt, which I really want, but because of my hips being quite wide, I thought, well, that won't have the same effect as the lovely slim woman in the advert. So I decided against even trying that on or buying it. But there's another one with a tie-up back top and a pair of like floaty trousers in white and blue. And I went into my biggest Tesco's nearby and had a look, and they only had a 16 trousers and an 18 top, and I could have done with like the reverse. I could probably got away with an 18 top and an 18 trousers, but the 16 trousers would have been tight around my hips and my belly. So I decided to go against getting that one. Instead, I saw this dress and it was really pretty. So I hope you like it. I really love it. I love the sleeves, and it's made of quite it's not a thick fabric, but it's thicker than your floaty fabric. So it has some structure, which I think is a good thing when you're plus size. This is a size 18. Yeah, and I just really like it. This was £25 in my local Tesco's. I think you can actually buy F&F online as well. But I've not actually been on their website, and actually if I was going to get that blue and white set, it would have been sensible to go on their website, wouldn't it? Anyway, I also bought, which is also, I don't know if they're an F&F brand anyway, because they say 6, but I bought this really cute ankle chain because I've really wanted an ankle chain, and I used to wear these a lot when I was younger, and then I got a bit chunky, and my thyroid caused me to hold a lot of water, so my ankles got a bit chunky and a bit, puffy, but they don't seem to be as puffy now as they used to be, so I thought I'd try and wear an ankle chain if it fits around my chunky ankles. So yeah, this one was £5, so I spent £30 in Tesco's and I kept it, which I'm sure lots of people are like, oh, £30, that's nothing, but for me that feels like a bigger number. So £30 spent in Tesco's. Let's move on to Primark. We went to Bath, which was absolutely lovely, and I did buy a couple of things. However, one of them was some socks for my daughter, fluffy wintry socks really, but they were cinnamon roll, who's from Hello Kitty, and I gave them to her. I was going to save them for her birthday, but she didn't get to come to Bath and I felt mean, so I've also got something else in here for her, but I'm not going to show you that yet because it's her birthday very soon. But I did buy some pyjamas, but they are soft, like for all Primark pyjamas should be. They're good. They were, £9. I thought they were cheaper, I think, at the time of buying them. But and they're really cute shorts ones, which I wanted, but as you can see, and I really like the stripe, and I really like the little buttons, and on the shorts, I think they have little like boxer short style buttons, but you can see I bought them into, I don't know, I didn't realise, maybe I exaggerate my width, but they're massive, and I put them on and they literally are so loose. So my theory was to take them back, but the top will be fine, and I don't know if I can bother to go back into Primark because, let's face it, it's a nightmare. It makes you feel ill going in there, basically. It's not a nice experience, and to have to queue up to return or exchange, I don't think I can be bothered. So what I might do is I'll have to put like stitches in the sides or something like that. And then I can actually wear them, because I had visions of having a nice like chill summer shorts pyjama set, but now I've just got basically you can see, look, they're like wide on my shoulders, so they're pretty big. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. They were £9 from Primark, and like I said, I bought a couple of things which were also really, really cheap. So I don't think I even spent £15 in Primark, but I spent a lot of time in Primark, which does my head in. It's not a fun place to be. Sorry for those of you who like Primark, but it wasn't fun. I recently went on to World of Books, which I absolutely love because I like books and I like to buy books, but I don't really. I've got a Kindle. The screen's a bit dodgy on there. I've got a Kindle, but I really like a real book. I also like non-fiction books as well as fiction books. My thought process behind the books that I've bought were self-improvement and learning something that I really want to learn. And you might remember it was on my, I want to say vision board for this year. And basically I spend a lot of time thinking about how can I make a thriving business? How can I do this, do that? And it basically takes all that time in my head thinking about it, and I never actually get to do something. So I thought I'll be a bit more proactive, and I will buy some books and I will sort of self-study, which hasn't happened yet because of time. So here's the books that I bought from World of Books, and it was buy 4 for 3. So I think it would cost me probably under a tenner, and then some postage on top, which you can pay for a faster delivery or a second class delivery in the UK. So the first one I bought was this DK book, which is the business book. And my thinking behind that is that obviously I've worked for a lot of businesses. I've been freelance / self-employed for quite a long time, but I've never really developed for myself, I've never really developed an actual business. And I thought, well, there's probably gaps in my knowledge. So if I read all of this book, which for a second-hand book looks like nobody's ever read it in their lives. So I read all of this book, and then I have a bit more insight into the world of actual business. Like, I know admin, I know software, I know all sorts of stuff, but not necessarily like a businessman, businessy business stuff. So that's my business book from DK. I need to make time to read some of this every day. Half an hour every day, something like that. Next, I think is more of a self-help businessy type book called Playing Big by Tara Moa. I think that's how you say it. Playing Big by Tara Moa. This is a practical guide for brilliant women like you, like me. For anyone who feels they're being held back in their career, this is the book for you. Well, I don't class myself as having a career. I sort of bump around from thing to thing and never really make very much money, but I thought it might bring out some more confidence, some hidden confidence. Still, to this day, business is quite a masculine world, and yeah, might help me fit in more with the business world when I decide what my business is going to be. And then the next one, which is probably quite a popular book, is, and I don't really know whether it's self-help or whether it's just insight or what it is, but it's Happy Sexy Millionaire by Stephen Bartlett, who is Diary of a CEO, which I watch quite often. I don't watch all the time because the episodes are like 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours, and he releases them so often. So I don't watch it all the time, but some of the stuff is really interesting on there, especially for me. I really like the health and well-being stuff. I quite like some of the businessy money-making stuff. So that's that book that I will look forward to reading one day, because I have so many books that I look forward to reading one day. Then my other thing was my hobby. What I want to learn for a hobby, but may one day be a business, who knows. So I bought the Dressmaking Technique Bible. My theory behind this is also that I would take a few hours a week to spend time with my sewing machine and getting to know how to make dresses and clothes and stuff, because really I'm interested in designing and creating clothes that are not different but cool. That leads me straight on to my HomeSense / TK Maxx haul. Whilst I was in there, I saw in their clearance, which they've got quite a lot of at the moment, which means they've got random things, like they've got Chinese New Year from 2025, they've got Halloween, they've got Christmas, they've got just random bits that they obviously are just trying to get rid of in our local HomeSense. So just a lot of random clearance bits. Anyway, I looked at the books again, and I saw, I don't know if you watch this, but I do, the Great British Sewing Bee book, which has projects in it. So it has things that I can make, and they might not necessarily be the style that I want, or, you know, something that I'd wear. But I thought, oh, a few of these projects in here might be really good practice to learn. So I've got the book about the techniques from World of Books, and then this, which was only £6. I think when I looked at buying this, or looked at possibly buying this, I think it was probably quite expensive because it's a hardback. I think it was probably, for me, quite expensive, over £10 for a hardback. Yeah, it would have been quite expensive, and it has things like, if you're interested, it has a 1960s dance dress as a project, which, goodness knows, do I want one of those? Probably not. And a faux pleat dress, which looks absolutely 1980s and awful. It's not my kind of thing, but I'm sure some people would look lovely in it. Cropped trousers, and a crop top and trousers, which is like a cord, which actually, that's probably more my thing, although cropped for me might be a bit dodge. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing it has in it. It's good, it's £6, that's cheap, great. Yeah. Then, if you have watched any of my other hauls, you know that I am on a mission to collect some nice wooden kitchen utensils. I, at the moment, have like silicone ones, and they've got wooden handles, but bits of the silicone chip off on the end, and that's not really great, is it, into your food? So I'm looking for, this is olive wood. So I'm looking for, I think I've got one that's mango wood. I'm looking for darker wooden utensils that are quality, because I know that you can get like cheap bamboo sets, because we've got one. But I read somewhere that often the bamboo sets, the wood is stuck together with glues that aren't very good for human beings. So yeah, I got this olive wood spatula, and that was £3.99. So I think I've got another one or two things. It's really hard to find wooden utensils in what you want. They are quite often spatulas, or like fish slice spatulas, and not very often spoons, or, you know, the kind of things you want. Anyway, so that was that. That's good. The other thing that I was looking for was, actually I was looking for one of those magazine holders to keep my work stuff tidy in the living room, but they didn't have one of them. So, but I was also, in my mind was, I wanted a natural bristle hairbrush. I think this is the second time I've bought a hairbrush and showed it on a haul in a few months, but I want a natural bristle one because I'm considering, this is just a consideration at the moment because I don't know if it would suit me, but I'm considering a no shampoo thing, so that my scalp basically releases the oils, and I use other products to clean my hair, and not using shampoos that strip away obviously a lot of the oils. And a natural bristle brush is useful because it helps to draw the oils down through the hair, so you brush every day, like to bring the oils through the hair. This is by Frank Provost, Paris. That was £3.99. It's natural bristle, but that means that it is boar bristle. I looked online to see if I could get, I think it's like you can get cactus bristle or something like that. So I was looking for really something that was vegan. I'm not a vegan, but like, why not have plant-based when you can, if you see what I mean, rather than meat-based products. And I would have liked to have had a wooden handle as well, but this was only £3.99, and all the ones on Amazon or wherever, there wasn't many vegan ones, and they were like £20, and I thought, I'm not going to be spending that anytime soon on a hairbrush. So that was that. Next up, we have the range, and I popped in there because my daughter wanted to go, I can't remember what she wanted, but she wanted to go and have a look around the shops, and whilst I was in there, I picked up a set of gold and silver metallic pens. And the reason I want this is, over a year ago, I bought this really lovely photo album. You see, it's been on my shelf for that time. It's made of like a fabric on the, well, it's covered in a fabric on the outside, and it has loads and loads of pages to put my photos in, because being old, I have quite a lot of old photos that were in print and not in digital. So I need somewhere special to keep those. But like I said, this was bought well over a year ago and I still haven't done it. So I thought I'd buy some pens. I don't know how long I'll keep these in this packet until I actually bring them together and do a really nice photo album, but that is my plan. This, if you're interested, it was from Amazon, and I think it was like £20, which I think is really good because you can fit quite a lot of in there, and I will link it below if it's still available on Amazon. Then also from the range, I got some faux flowers, which I think, I'm not keen on roses. I'm not keen on roses in real life. I'm not keen on roses. I think they are beautiful, but I'm not keen on cut roses, especially in real life, because they tend to die quickly. But these, and you see these ones as faux flowers, I thought were really good. I liked the colouring. They look sort of, I don't know, they look quite realistic. I don't know about the leaves. The leaves not so much, but then I tend to not like rose leaves anyway. But I just thought they were really nice, and maybe for like a summer display. So I haven't really thought about what I'm going to do with them yet. I really need to put some effort into my house a bit because there's so much that needs doing. Anyway, these were £1.99 a stem, and they've got 7 heads on them, so they could be used for all sorts of different reasons. Like I could take them apart, I could put them in with other things or with real flowers and foliage or whatever. So that was them, and I like them. Then I've been thrifting, because I've been thrifting for quite a long time. Thrifting, by thrifting in UK speak, I mean I've been going to charity shops. But the Americans like the word thrift, and we seem to have taken it on a bit, haven't we? So I've been thrifting, and myself and my friend are doing a gift exchange of thrifted things. Hopefully going to be making that video really shortly, because we've been putting it off for quite a while because of my life being crazy. She's been on holiday and whatever. Hopefully this week we'll actually be exchanging our gifts, and I'll talk to you more about that, obviously, in that video. So I won't show you everything that I've thrifted. I did pick up this book, which I'm sure a lot of people that read in the UK or are in the UK have heard of this book or know Richard Osman, and it's called The Thursday Murder Club, which I wanted to read for a while, and when it first came out it was probably like in Asda or whatever, but I couldn't find it in a second-hand shop, and this was £1.49 in the Children's Society in my local town. So I picked it up because it's a hardback and it's like in really good condition. So that's Richard Osman, Thursday Murder Club. Hopefully a really good book, because I've heard lots of people really like it. Then in Superdrug, I popped in Superdrug because I was like, oh, I need some hair dye. I'm fed up of dyeing my hair all the time. I'm fed up of grey hair poking through. It's maintenance, and I am not a maintenance person. I'm not a maintenance girly, even, as some people might say. I barely think I got my hair cut about 2 years ago. Paint my own nails if I can be bothered. I really should pay more attention to myself, but you know, money, time, all those factors. Anyway, I was going to buy some hair dye, and I buy semi-permanent because I don't want to continually put like harsh chemicals in. But instead, I bought this Colour Fix. It is a root cover-up mascara. So hopefully, because I've got grey hair and because I've got like quite coarse hair, and so because of that, I get like, and I'm sure lots of people do, I get flyaway, sticky uppy, broken bits of hair on the top of my head, and I use Got to Be Glued to force some of those in a downward way. Only a little bit on some of those like flyaway bits because they really irritate me. I'm hoping that this will not only cover up the grey, but cover up the grey naturally. Hopefully. I got a brown. That was £4.50, so I think not bad. The same price as the hair dye I would have bought-ish. Yeah, so I'll have to try it out, and I'll let you know. Very last bit of my haul, I went to Home Bargains. Yes, Home Bargains, and I picked up some really, really exciting scouring pads. Yes, what an exciting purchase. I think these were about £1. The reason for getting them, because I don't scour much in general. The reason for getting them is because I'm doing my door makeover, my kitchen back door makeover. I might have mentioned this before. So the window is that bumpy glass on one side and smooth glass on the other side. So on the side where I'm currently working on, there's some paint on there and I need to remove it. On the other side, I removed that easily by a Stanley blade. On this side, I can't do that because it's bumpy, and obviously the Stanley blade only gets off the surface, so there's some in the bumps. So hopefully scouring pads, bit of elbow grease, will get that off. Then I pick up bits, especially from Home Bargains, I pick up bits and pieces that are possible Christmas stocking fillers, or, you know, bits and pieces that can go in stockings or birthday present filler stuff. So I picked up this moisture and hydration hair mask, 3 hair masks if you will, and I think that was like only about £2-ish. Sorry, I'm not good on the prices for this because it doesn't say, but yeah, so that's a good stocking filler, I think, because if you leave all the stockings that I do till the end of the year, it's costing a lot of money just for small little bits and pieces like that. Then I found, last but not least, they've got dupes of Drunk Elephant in HomeSense, and this is Dizzy Panda. Dizzy Panda blush drops, and actually I think I could use these as a stocking filler because I think they were only like £3, but I might see if they work well on me because I don't really like powdery makeup. I don't wear makeup very often. I am wearing makeup today. I am. See how beautiful I look? Yeah, so I don't really wear makeup very often, but when I do, I don't really like powdery stuff because my skin is getting older and it can settle in some of the grooves that life has created. Blush drops maybe work better if I can blend them in well. So that's them. And that's my haul. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I hope you did. I hope you got to the end and I didn't bore you to death. Like it, because that really helps me. Comment if you've got any tips, wants, needs, general conversation, because I'll always answer. Just subscribe, because every person who watches and every person who subscribes or every person who likes or every person who comments on my videos is like, for me, it's like some kind of, I'm astonished, basically, that people, some people, not loads of people, but some people watch me rabbiting on and talking utter nonsense, probably. But thank you very much for joining me. Bye!